I'm happy that right in the beginning told me to have only a few words, and I'm sure I'm not going to bore you much. First of all, I want to thank the Sportstar organization. They have thought over to honor me with this award. It means you are not forgetting the old people. I'm very much thankful to that. I still remember I want to dedicate this award to my wife because she had been all through my life been standing behind me like a pillar. But one thing she has kept over there at a very prominent place in my drawing room. It reads, "Behind every successful man, there is a woman standing and saying, 'You are wrong.'" I don't know whether that has inspired me to work harder to prove that I am right. But what I have gone through as coach, I was so very happy to listening to a wonderful conversation between the cricketers and many of the things have been brought up. But let me tell you that when I have started coaching at that time, I was a coach, I was a doctor, I was a physiotherapist, I was a psychologist, and all in one. I'm happy that change had come when the specialists had come into the field now, and they are trying to help us, our sportsmen. And that has, I think that brought up a lot of change in the atmosphere, and our top sportsmen are giving the performances. And a lot of change had come where Indian flags are flying high at the international level, even at the Olympics. That's great. I'm very happy about that. I still remember after finishing the course at Patiala in 1972, I thought the hunger for the coaching has become a little more, because what I have learned over there was, what is coaching? It is something like that in case you are doing your graduation with subject as science, you are not called a scientist. You have got a subject which you are studying. It means I have learned what coach means and what could be. Rather, I will tell you one thing about that. When I became a coach, I joined as coach. When I went, after joining my as coach, I have joined Sports Authority of India. When I went back home, my mother asked me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm a coach." "What is a coach?" I said, "I teach game." She said, "Game bhi koi sikhane ki cheez hai?" I couldn't explain her what it is. But as I said, the hunger has become more. I wanted to get some books on training methods from all over the world. But let me tell you, from nowhere I could get the book. It means at that particular time, there was no research work done in badminton coaching. So I was totally at a loss what to do, how to train the youngsters. Because the game has tremendously improved all over the world. One thing was sure was, as one of the old sportsmen had said, the badminton player, once he had said, if you name any other thing for badminton, the other name can be stamina. Stamina is a a word which doesn't explain all the factors which is required. All the motor abilities have got to be improved in case a badminton player has got to give a top performance. In every game which has come now, for instance, just now as in the cricket discussion, they were saying that the T20 has brought a lot of change. Earlier the game was played in the test matches. The fitness was not that much required as it is now in the T20 and all. And every player has got to have developed all the factors which is required for the game. Likewise, badminton is badminton definitely, skill is definitely required. Technique is a lot. The tactics have got to be improved. But along with that, very important factor is the amount of endurance, especially the endurance has got to be developed. Recently, we have seen some matches where because of the endurance of our players, in my opinion, that's my personal opinion, people might be having some different opinion, but an amount of endurance required to finish 3 games, it's a superhuman effort you have got to put into. And that's where the training part becomes a very, very important thing. And also, I would say the coach's responsibilities right from the beginning, how they are developing a player is very, very important, because we are dealing with a live stock. It's not that we are dealing with the people who don't have any feelings. When we are developing, we have got to see all their backgrounds, what is their intention. Even nowadays, I found the parents are coming, they have got a very small this thing at times. They say only if he is playing for the state, if he is playing for the university, if he can get a job or something, that will not be good. But a little change had come now when the parents are putting the players into the academies or something with the aim that they should be able to go something for the country, and they can earn something out of the game also. It means the professionalism has definitely increased. But are we really putting our efforts to the maximum? No, it's not there. What I have found, for instance, one of my oldest students who has worked with me, Manoj Kumar, is here. He was the first one who has played in All England from my starting over there in my career over there at Hyderabad. All the way these people have worked, I'm sure many of the children at present, many of these national players are not putting that much of effort. Once they are putting it, they are showing the performance at the international top level also. They have got a firm faith that if the the amount of talent what we have got in our country, we can do wonderfully well. I have got a firm faith. Once one of the boys had come, the one thing which is actually putting us behind is, this small thing will tell you what it is. One of the boys who had come from outside in my coaching, he once asked me, "Sir, sincerely I want to know whether I can become a good player. Can I give the top performance?" I said, "Yes, you have got a choice. You leave this gadget, that is your mobile phone, or you want to become a champion." He has chosen the mobile for himself. You can well imagine, because the amount of time it is taken, the amount of brain, forget about others, I'll tell about myself. At one time, when this was not there, I remembered at least 30, 40, 50 numbers of my friends, of my relatives or something. But from the time this had come, I don't even remember my wife's number, sorry to say. That is so sad, because we are dependent on some gadgets where we are not using our own brains. And in case brain, everybody has got the brain. The Almighty has given the brain to everybody. Now why we are not able to use? Only because we are dependent on these things. Our brain is being taken up so much of time by these gadgets that we are not able to put our whole heart and the brain for the work what we want to do. And that's one of the reasons the focusing of the children has reduced a lot, I would say, a lot. Unless and until you will see that I was happy to see that when Sindhu had won the World Championship, before that one message from her father, from her mother had come, but that for 6 months he has taken up the mobile from her. And I think that's one of the very important factors that in case the children has got to improve, in case they want to really put their heart and soul into the practice, they have got to have that focusing, and focusing can improve provided they are really focusing on this thing instead of just going through the computers and their mobile phones and all that. Yeah, they should have the time to enjoy also, but the enjoyment of the game, the thing which we have, the focus, the thing which you have fixed up for yourself, the goal what you have fixed up for yourself, I think is very, very important. I firmly believe that with the amount of talent what we have got in our country, we can, not only we are definitely doing well, we can do wonderfully well, and our country can be right at the top of the whole world. I have got a firm faith on that, with the amount of talent what we have got. The coaching nowadays has become a very, very common thing. I believe more than 400 academies over here in Hyderabad now. But just my one feeling, what I feel is, in case the coaches are not doing justice, then we are playing with the future of our country, with the future of the players' lives, and I firmly believe that's not a good thing at all. And anybody who wants to become a good coach, they have got to study. What is the latest things going on? It is a very sad factor that many of the places, they are just watching the videos on the mobiles and the computers, and they are training without realizing that how much is the load factor. What training you are giving, whether it suits to the particular individual or the particular age group or not. For instance, simply I'll tell you, plyometric exercise, one of the toughest exercises has got. Can it be administered to a 9-year or 8-year-old child? Only we can be spoiling their life. But just to get a result earlier, they are being administered at a very, very tender ages. We can spoil their joints and their bones also, and their muscles also, which is not good. So I firmly believe we have got the talent. And in the discussions, they had a very good discussion in which it had come in case the coaches have got the refreshers courses also. It can be of great help to put all our youngsters, the budding talent into practice, and they can be world-class players, I firmly believe. In the end, I just want to make a suggestion. The Sportstar, they are doing a wonderful job right from the beginning. I still remember that as a child, for the first time when my name had come in the paper, I was a loser in the first match, I still remember. But that cutting might be still with me. Out of my over 30,000 cuttings what you have got, still that cutting might be with me because it had come. So I firmly believe your magazines, your sports pages can play a lot of big role in the lives of the sportsmen, because it can be a big moral boosting for them. So one suggestion I want to make, in case in every paper what you are getting the magazine I'm especially speaking about, in case when you are taking the interviews of the top players, you can inquire about their training at the particular time when you're having the maximum of their training, a schedule for about a week's time or something. I firmly believe that whatever game the sports person is from, whichever game he is playing for, if he or a children comes to know this is what a top player does, definitely he'll get an idea what is required to come at the top of the level. That will be, I think, that will be very good. That will be very good for the children who are coming up, and we have got a goal to give the best performance. If they have got some goal in front of them, and how much it is required, and what are the top players doing to come up to that level, they will get an idea, and they can start striving to get up to that level and become good players also. With this, I wish to congratulate all the people who are here, and I want to, from my bottom of my heart, I want to thank the Sportstar and the organization that they have honored me at this particular time. Thank you very much.